artistic preparation.
Okay, now let's think about this. Okay, you put your shoes, because I'm gonna water here, plaster here.
Oh, with the blue shoes.
Okay, good. Oh, no, wait, this one. Yeah, now put a little bit more in that.
So this is Victoria
Yes,
from, she lives in Venice,
Venice, yes.
and she's from Norway, Oslo. She's a writer.
Well,
She wrote a book about feminism. And your name again?
Laura.
Laura. And you write for who?
Radio Capodistria and a website. This is my website.
Are you comfortable?
Sure. So Lilli,
Yes.
how does it work?
Okay, so which way? This is your hand. Which way do you want to do it? Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's how it works. You just relax and you get a hand massage, basically.
Would you like one continuous, or would you like me to break out the shots?
Continues.
So usually when I'm filming, I ask people questions about things.
Sure.
So you heard about the project how?
Yeah.
You were here already Monday, and Victoria, you just happened to be walking by?
Yeah,
And what did you think of the project when you saw
I thought
this?
it was beautiful. I thought it was very powerful, especially with the music and like in the church. I thought it was a beautiful venue for the project, and I immediately understood what it was about, which was good. So,
And
strong in its simplicity.
Thank you, thank you. And Lilli, how did you first think of this project?
I work with people, and my canvas is people and people's bodies. And that is my base for all the work I do. So it's about interaction, communicating with people, and getting feedback as I'm casting them, and then basically translating the body armature into a specific subject matter, if it's female issues, if it's social economic issues, if it's political. So having all these body parts, I thought I need to do something. It's always about humanity, about personal contact, intimacy, and creating something with the people, for the people, and about the people. It's basically, in a nutshell, what it is. Even when I do single sculptures, I always work with the person, and I say I want to, capture the whole abortion issue, let's say, and I have 3-4 female bodies, and then I'm sort of figuring out how I'm using the armature. If I cut it in pieces, wedge it in boxes, or do whatever with it, and then collage on it, I paint on it. But the canvas is not the flat canvas. For me, it's the human body and their personal expression. So when I cast them, it's always, they get to choose the pose. So if I do full body casts, then they get to choose. I say, okay, what is the most comfortable? What do you want to do? And it always works with what I'm working in, because somehow we always have this, transcending thing going on between the people when we're sitting there and casting and making a sculpture. I give them usually a little bit of a theme, and that's all I do. So everybody puts their own self in it, in a way, which kind of makes the artwork, I think, broader, because I can't think of all of that. I can't think of the right pose or the wrong pose. So to me, I allow others to sort of expand the work, in a sense. And my lifetime goal was always to create sculptures that continue to change, like transform over time, and sort of still be timeless. And I sort of think with this particular installation, I'm very close to what I was searching after for the last 20 years. I could never figure out what it was going to be. It was never going to be like this one piece of art on a pedestal type thing. It was never really what I was after. I wanted it to live on. I wanted it to take different shapes, but still sort of say the same thing. Not the same thing, but move with time too. I don't know if that makes any sense. Do you understand what I... It's kind of difficult to explain.
Yeah. But the ends talks.
Pardon me?
The ends talk in a way.
Yes, yes.
At least we Italian, we talk with the hands.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah. Well, it's your main basic expression.
Yeah.
And also what I like about it is when you go back in time, it's kind of an imprint of you were here. It's kind of like it's sort of like a sign, like the cave paintings, when they said, okay, here's the identity. It's about identity, and we were here, we witnessed this, or we did this, as a proof of that time or that change or that transformation, so to speak. Yeah.
Why the church?
Mm-hmm. Why the church?
And you can ask questions. I don't mean to. I
Are
apologize.
you asking me?
Why the church
Yes.
is
Why
important.
the church? Why the church, Lilli?
Well, because if we're talking refugees, and I also think everyone needs a refuge once in a while, so you can look at it from a religious standpoint, refuge in religion, spirituality, and then also physical refuge of shelter, safety, acceptance, no discrimination for the most part, depending on what church you're in. So it's the perfect symbol to house this boat in response to this global refugee crisis, I think, because we all look for shelter, and it's not even just the refugees, it's just everybody. Everybody is once in a while in a boat where we all scream for help or advice or guidance, or we're lost and we need some kind of safety net or an armature to hold us up or to drag us out from down under, or we feel like. So I think the church is the perfect backdrop for this particular project.
And how long have you been working with these tools and this sort of device, the gesso and the human body?
For many years. I was never interested in molds and these perfect replicas of all the pores of the bodies and the body parts, because to me it's like a mannequin. It's like a perfect mirror image sculpture, and I was never interested in it because as human beings we're all facets of many different things. So the patchwork is the perfect visual, I think, for what we stand for, and then I use it also because it works fast. You capture, you freeze frame people's expressions, basically. Even if they pose, it's still their personal inner expression, their personality really comes out in any pose that they strike. So to me, it's not about the perfect image, it's about what it represents. Yeah.
And what do you think of this process so far?
That is really very interesting because of the idea not only of the refugees, but the idea of casting using people and bodies, because we only use this kind of casting when you break something and you rebuild what you break during the casting. The gesso we use for this, and this is a kind of rebuilding, not only the bones but hope.
Spirits.
Spirits.
That's an interesting way of saying that. Yeah.